much. A lot of people sort of have this misconception that since bass are a cold, blooded creature, that their metabolisms are directly related to the water temperatures. But bass are not like turtles and, snakes and stuff like that. They just don't get dormant when it gets, really cold, and they don't get super active when it gets warm too. It sort of affects them a little bit differently. It's like fish are affected differently than, other type of creatures like reptiles for whatever reason. But I sort of want to give you guys a little bit of a foundational seminar here on what bass do when that water gets super, super hot. I mean, in general here. Now, of course, a lot of it is relative to the lake you're fishing, because bass behave differently based upon the type of lake that you're in. They behave differently based upon your water clarity, the available structure and habitat in a lake, the part of the country that the lake is in. But overall, I want to talk about when your water temperatures max out in the summertime of the year, what to expect here. Okay, now a lot of this again has to do with the water clarity in terms of what this hot water does to a fish. If you are in a lake that has clean water, and what I'm talking about clean water, like water that has visibility of over 3 foot in clarity, 3 foot and greater, one of the things that happens in a lake is you have a thermocline that develops where, it's a separation in the water temperatures. And in the summertime, when it gets super hot, below the thermocline level, which is usually 20 to 30 foot, depending upon the lake, there's very poor oxygen levels. So a lot of those fish will not go really deep in the summertime. And in those clear water lakes, they will suspend. You'll have a lot of bass suspend during the summertime in a clear water lake when the water gets really hot. And a lot of times they suspend right above that thermocline. So that 20 to 30 foot depth suspended in the summertime in clear water is a really good place to look for bass in the summer. Like out off the end of points is a really good area. The middle of channels and guts are good areas. Just any place where they can set up like that. That's one aspect of it. The next aspect of it, and you hear me talking about this a lot in the summertime, I don't care if you have gin clear water or muddy water, bass love to feed on perch in the summertime. And in a clear water situation, especially, they like to feed on perch. They feed on perch better in clear water lakes because they're easier to see and they're easier to catch. So when that water gets really hot, some of those bass, they get super shallow. It's like, for example, here in the Ozarks and some of our clear water lakes, I have seen bass literally in gin clear water, like as clear as a swimming pool, in 2 foot of water when the water's 85 degrees. I'll give you guys a prime example. I was